Wong Kar-wai shoots Hong Kong like a fever dream. Handheld cameras chasing bodies at 6 frames per second played back at 24. Turning crowds into liquid and faces into smears of light. Christopher Doyle overexposes film stock until neon bleeds into skin. This is 1994. This is the film that taught cinema how to feel lonely in a crowd. At the closest point of our intimacy, we were just 0.01 centimeters apart. That's the thesis, that's the entire film. Wong understands that distance isn't measured in meters, it's measured in the microscopic gap between almost touching and actually touching. Doyle understands that loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about space that should be filled. Watch Cop 223 making phone calls that go nowhere. Wide-angle lenses push him to one edge of the frame. Empty space stretches beside him where May should be. Fluorescent lights hum in the mix, that industrial buzz of all-night diners. Composed for 2 people, then only show 1. The absence becomes visible. So he fills the empty space the only way he knows how, with ritual, with expiration dates. May's birthday is May 1st. He buys 30 cans of pineapple that expire on May 1st. If she doesn't return home before the expiration date, their love expires too. Heartbreak becomes tangible when you give it shelf life, when you turn romantic desperation into something you can hold in your hands and watch it count down. Doyle shoots the bar scene in amber and shadow. Cop 223 decides to fall in love with the first woman who enters. The woman in the blonde wig, Bridget Lin, behind sunglasses. Her face half hidden, shot in fragments. Wong never shows complete coverage, just pieces, her profile, her hands, the curve of her neck. But he doesn't just withhold her visually, he builds her through sound. Her footsteps, her breathing, the clink of her glasses. We recognize her through rhythm before we see her clearly. The overnight sequence refuses what we expect. She needs rest. He thinks it means something else. Cut to him watching old movies while she sleeps fully clothed. 4 chef's salads consumed and dawn arrives, yet nothing happens. Connection isn't about what occurs, it's about being present in the same space while time passes. Doyle shoots them separately even when they share the room. They never occupy the same focal plane. Intimacy measured in centimeters that might as well be kilometers. Then the pager message. Happy birthday from room 7002. May 1st, 1994. We know what he doesn't, that it's from her. The woman who he shared a room with, but stayed in separate frames. If memory can be canned, I hope it will never expire. If an expiry date must be added, I hope it will be in a million years. Wong holds on his face as understanding arrives. Not of who sent it, but that a stranger mattered. Memory forming in real time. Cut to Midnight Express, different cop, 663. Different energy entirely. Where Cop 223 moves through amber lights, Cop 663 exists in fluorescent glare and daylight burnout. Faye Wong behind the counter, California Dreamin' blasting on repeat. Wong shoots her in constant motion, dancing, gesturing, lost in sound. Music isn't background here, it's survival. Inside the restaurant, fluorescent bulbs wash everything flat. But step outside with her into Hong Kong streets and Doyle cranks the exposure until daylight becomes almost painful. Faye's world refuses to sit still, flickering between artificial light and natural overexposure. Always moving, never quite settled. The chef's salad ritual begins the same way. Cop 663 orders chef salad for his girlfriend every night. The manager suggests variety, fish and chips, maybe a pizza. The next night, Cop 663 returns and she's left him. She wanted to try something new. We mistake habit for preference, routine for love. We rarely ask what the other person actually wants because asking means acknowledging they might want something different. What we consume becomes how we communicate. So Faye communicates the only way she knows how, through invasion, through rearranging his life without permission. She takes his apartment key and enters while he's on patrol, cleans his space, replaces his soap, and talks to his stuffed animals. Doyle shoots with lens compression, making the apartment feel smaller, more intimate. The sound design shifts. His apartment becomes her sonic territory. California Dreaming plays from his stereo now. She's reorganizing his grief without his knowledge, making herself essential through absence. Meanwhile, Cop 663 talks to his apartment. The dish towel has been crying. The bar of soap has gained weight since she left. The stuffed animal needs to pull itself together. Tony Leung plays this without a trace of irony. Loneliness made real. Wong shoots these monologues in close-up, Leung's face filling the frame, objects arranged around him like a congregation. He speaks to them anyway because speaking to nothing is better than silence. Wong shoots waiting as empty space. Empty chairs across from Cop 663. Loneliness made visible through what should be there but isn't. Then rain. Doyle frames a ruined boarding pass through streaming plate glass. Water between us and already illegible ink. Destination dissolved. Some promises matter more when they can't be kept. One year later, the roles have reversed. She returns in uniform and he's bought the restaurant, standing behind the counter where she used to work. Wong shoots a reunion without spectacle. There's no step printing and no motion blur. Just two people at a counter after a year apart. She writes a new boarding pass. Where do you want to go? Wherever you'll take me. The camera holds and the film ends. Not resolution, just possibility. Two people who've transformed separately, meeting again as equals. Hold the frame and trust the stillness. Wong Kar-wai taught cinema how to make loneliness beautiful without making it tragic. Step-printed crowds become rivers of light. Overexposed film stock bleeds neon into skin until Hong Kong itself feels like a heartbreak made visible. Cinema lives in the gap between almost and actual, not in what we touch, but in the microscopic distance before touching happens. Not in resolution, but in the moment two people almost occupy the same space in time. Wong understood that everyone in the city exists just beyond reach. Close enough to feel the heat of another body, but too far to know if they'll stay. That distance, unbearable and beautiful, is what makes us human. The space between the almost and actual is where we spend our lives. Love isn't destiny, it's showing up when you don't know if anyone's waiting. It's holding a frame until two people finally exist on the same focal plane. It's filming the gap and trusting the audience to feel its weight. Just quickly before we go, a massive thank you. I cannot believe we reached 1,000 subscribers already. We've only been up and running for about 4 weeks now. And I think I checked this morning, we're at 1,400, so that's just mind-boggling to me. So thank you to all of you for taking the time to check out this channel and to share it and to discuss film with me. I knew when I hit 1,000 subscribers that there was only one movie that I wanted to really break down. It was always going to be Chungking Express. I think because it's a film that understands what it means to show up even if you don't know if anyone's waiting, and I think that's what this is to me when I make these videos. So thank you for sticking around, thank you for subscribing, and I can't wait to share more films with you. And please head over and support us on Patreon if you'd like to see how I make these episodes or detailed breakdowns of films and cinematography. And also if you want to vote on what film I do next, come join us over at Patreon. Thank you and talk soon.